So I've arrived here in Nepal with my mum, who is the founder of the charity that is running a clinic up in the mountains. Would you mind telling us what we'll be doing in the next couple of weeks?
I've set up the clinic high up in the mountains near Annapurna Circuit in Nepal Valley at 4,300 meters 3 years ago, and the clinic has been successfully running all this time. And we are going to look at infection of the stomach called Helicobacter pylori, which is very prevalent in Nepalese population, particularly in the mountains. So we are going to be doing testing in 4 different clinics in the region, and hopefully treating the patients if they are positive for that particular infection.
So what's the plan in terms of getting to the clinic?
So that's a challenging trip. We're starting in a couple of days' time, and we are going the whole day in a 4-wheel drive car all the way to Chalme, which is on our Annapurna circuit, and then we are going to trek up into the mountains. The trek will take us about 10 days to complete.
So we're halfway up to the first of the villages that we're going to be visiting. Just stopped off at this waterfall. It's been quite a journey so far, very bumpy on the roads.
Is it like sharp pain?
Okay.
Sharp pain. Okay. You're likely to have gallstones.
Okay. Hi. Namaste. Okay. Ask you this.
Ready? Okay, you go and sit outside. 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh, Sandeep. What's your symptoms?
So the army have showed up, and they wanted to know what's going on, come to check us out. It's always a bit scary because you hear of these horror stories of people getting arrested for trying to do things like this if they don't have the right permits. But fortunately I think we've done well enough with our permits, so it should be okay. But as soon as they sorted out the issue with the permits, they all lined up and got themselves an H. pylori test, even though they had no symptoms. But we kind of had to just go along with it to appease them. That's just politics. What are the scores on the doors then?
Of the blood, 9 of those were positive.
Yeah.
So it's roughly
30%, 25%.
roughly 25 to 30%. Of the stool, so it's about 70%.
And why do you think that might be?
Well, certainly seems more likely that those who are presenting with symptoms
Are going to do a
tend to be
stool
the ones
test?
who've done a stool test.
Yeah, because they're more keen on
For
having...
example, the army and the government and the police who turned up, none of those had stool samples, so they all had blood, so that's skewed it. And
I'd just like to know a bit about what it's like to be a doctor here.
A lot of difficulties in working in Manang District Hospital because we don't have much, a lot of medicine. We don't have even the lab technician to work in lab. And
Yeah, I saw that you have a full blood count machine and an X-ray. and an ultrasound, but no one knows how to use it.
Yeah.
You have no tests, so it's all on clinical
Yeah.
judgment.
Yeah, it's all on clinical judgment. 2 days back, we have a patient with pain on the right iliac fossa. We are suspecting him as appendicitis.
Yeah. So you can't do surgery here.
Yeah, we can.
And it takes an hour in the car, really bumpy, to get down to the village. And there's no big hospital there either, is there?
Yeah.
So how long would it take to get to a hospital where they can do surgery?
It takes about 5 to 6 hours to go to Besisar, then another 4-5 hours, means like 10 to 12 hours
To get to a hospital.
This trail leads to the village of Naranpuri, and it rises from the altitude of 2,600 to 4,300 meters. It is the only way of actually bringing supplies to the villages. They grow just very few things like potatoes and grains out in the villages, and the rest of the supplies needs to be brought out, including all the medications on the donkeys or on people's backs.
Naranpur is very remote area for almost in Nepal also. Right now it's developing slowly, but before many years there was no health services in Naranpur. There were health posts, but there were not health workers. People over there, they don't have a very good health access and services. Here we are going to do 2 medical camps. Gastric testing in common people, they will understand this one better. It's very important because a lot of people consume a lot of medicines of gastritis, which is not sure that they have gastric or not. I think which is not good for them to consume. And top of that, in Naranpur there is no lab, so it's very important to know their disease before they get ulcers or something like cancer. So it's if we can diagnose at the pre-stage, that we can treat the patients, and I mean they can save the money and also life.
आहा के खानु भएको सर यो भित्र कसको छोरी हो लिएर यता अर्कै नै छोरी
What are your thoughts when you see how they live?
For us, it's unimaginable. How can you possibly survive here? The living conditions are so basic. It's so cold, there is no sanitation, there's no luxuries of any kind. But I think the fact that they are so supportive of one another, they live like a one big family, makes it worthwhile for them, and they are really happy as a community.
So we've just walked up to the monastery just above Fu, which is probably at 4,200 meters, and spent a few minutes here, and I'd say it's probably the most peaceful place I've ever been. It's like no other place I've ever experienced. It's so quiet, and it allows you to think about life in a different way. It makes me realise why people come here and why people become monks. Because when you're here, your mind can go completely blank and there's no distraction, nothing. And that's quite a special feeling.
Taken by the helicopter to the hospital in Kathmandu. It cost £3,500 each night, and the villagers have to raise the money themselves. We are just about to start the clinic in Full Village. Last night somebody has died in the village, a lady of 51 years old who died unexpectedly, so the whole village was attending the funeral this morning, and therefore we're not sure how many people will be actually able to make it to our clinic. We are very much hopeful that a few come so we can make a difference here as well.
Any vomiting or
No.
no?
Not vomiting. Come closer some more. No, Sunam. Is it everybody in the picture? It's good. So, Lama, can you tell us, what do you think about the clinic? Is it being used?
Yeah, very useful for especially Nar village and Pu village. Also, so many people come here. But there is working local people in Gorkha and Lamjung, like not so good food, not so good clothes. Yeah, then they become
Unwell.
unwell.
And
Then they come here. Then our clinic give them some health medicines, and they are like something very useful. Yeah.
Do you think that the general health of the villagers, of the population, has improved?
Yeah, improve. Actually, the NAR is also clinic, but I don't know. They believe in here clinic. They all come if they come down. Then he check. Oh, here is very good clinic.
They prefer this clinic
Yeah.
to any
Come
other
here.
government clinic.
Also, last year so many people almost died, and they come here. They check. They give medication. Then he's become well, healthy. Yeah.
So they are happy.
Yeah, they are happy.
And the health assistant that is working here?
Because he is kind. If they cannot come here, then they call, please come in our village or Pu village. You go there.
So you would like it to continue? Or
Yeah,
would like it to
sure.
stay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
So we're going up to Nar, where we're going to do our third medical clinic. Do you know, is it the highest village in Nepal?
Yes,
And do you know how high is the village?
4,300 meters high.
Yes, it's quite incredible that people can actually live up here. Has the life changed at all for you since the clinic has been there? Has it got any different? In what way? What is better or worse?
कसरी राम्रो भयो रे त्यहाँको औषधिहरू राम्रो आउँछ
त्यो माथि पनि आज फेरि यहाँ आएर हाम्रो वराहरुमा पनि सबै
They are very thankful that we are supporting the clinic in Changgu clinic in Gumba, and they are also very thankful that we have done this medical camp.
हामी चाहिँ अब काङ्ला बसको लागि अघि बढ्दै छ फिलिङहरु कस्तो कस्तो आइरहेछ हाउ वाज योर फिलिङ ल ल ल
We're coming to an end of our 10-day project, Helicobacter pylori project in the Himalayas, remote part of Nepal. And during that period we saw around 400 patients in 4 locations. About 3/4 of them were tested for Helicobacter pylori, and the vast majority of them has been positive, so we were able to treat them. So hopefully this will make really quite a significant difference to the population. It's been really interesting actually to see the differences between the very remote parts of the population here and perhaps slightly more affluent touristy areas. So Dr. Raj, you helped us in this project a lot. So how did you find the whole experience?
A lot of people like take benefit from it. This place is like far from the cities area. Like even if some people like get sick, they have to go by like walking, and it took like 2 days from Nar, and then it is very difficult for them to get some medical, even simple medical care, and not much help from the government. Well, I will give you the example. There was one person come to our hospital for a chest pain, and we checked them, and it was he was suffering from hypertension and myocardial infarction. We request him to go to the city and check. In few weeks, we heard that he suicide himself because he need a lot of money for the surgery. He was poor. Yeah, most of them are very poor and far away from medical services, so it is very helpful. And I also like to thank you for helping us.
I would like to help you for helping us as well, because your help was invaluable to us. And I think, for the local population to see a Nepali doctor together with us was very important, because they had much more confidence and they felt a lot happier that you were there as well. So thank you very much. And hopefully we can work together in the future.